Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Swinehart Field. For my broadcast partner, Giovanni Mosheri, I'm Chris Wright, and it is homecoming here at Swinehart for the Eagles.
If you couldn't tell by the cheerleading squad behind us, and if you're at the stands now, the student section is loaded. Homecoming is one of the most fun nights to be a high school student, to be here and to feel this atmosphere. It's one of the best nights of football you can have.
And you saw the JV cheerleading team right at the top of our broadcast. We got the varsity team with us today. And Giovanni, it is a big game in the MAC Red with one of the best teams in the state, the Eisenhower Eagles. They had a big game last week.
They did, no doubt. 2 special teams touchdowns were scored in their 28-7 win over Romeo, and 28 straight points were scored for that game to end in a 28-7 game. So it was a whole lot of Eagles after that first Romeo touchdown, and they're coming in hot for homecoming night.
Well, I had a chance to talk with Coach Smith just before the game. Let's see what he had to say. Coach, a big win on the road last week against Romeo, scoring 28 unanswered points. How has this offense clicked so well?
Well, I think a big reason for it is Jack Bullock. I mean, he's been a great leader behind there. Really getting the kids moving, and he's a smart kid. He knows the offense great. He's just been a great leader, making the right throws, making the right decisions. But our offensive coaches have done a great job preparing them. Joe Youngblood, Scott Debs, John DeGiorgio, Phil Crum, Doug Patterson. I mean, we got a lot of good guys that work with that offense and get those guys ready.
MAC Red season continues tonight, and as we say, there's no days off in the MAC Red. Who are you looking at to step up on this team today?
Well, against a team like Anchor Bay, who's a very talented physical football team, we need several kids stepping up and making plays today. I mean, this is not something that you can't win championships, MAC Red championships, unless you have multiple people stepping up each game this week. And this is no different against Anchor Bay.
Ike started really hot on defense, but this Anchor Bay offense out here is averaging 41 points per game to start the season. What are your keys to shutting down that high-powered offense?
Yeah, our kids just got to eliminate mistakes, and we got to read our keys, and we got to do things that we've been practicing, and stay focused. I mean, Anchor Bay is going to make some big plays, and our kids got to know if they hit a big play, you got to forget about it, reset, and go to the next play.
All right, good luck out there, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We thank Coach Smith for taking the time with us pregame. But Giovanni, this Anchor Bay team has got a very high-powered offense. What have you seen?
What I've seen is, looking at the scoreboard, over 120 points scored through 3 games of the season. That in of itself is no joke. Scoring over 50 in their first game, 65 in their second. Didn't come with the best game against Dakota, but we'll go to head coach Bob Schroeder about what he had to say about the Tars coming into tonight. I'm here with head coach Bob Schroeder of the Anchor Bay Tars. Coach, it was a rough game last week against Dakota. What improvements are you looking to make today here against Eisenhower?
Well, we need to run the football. Dakota, obviously, big, strong guys. They stopped us from running, made us one-dimensional. Our big running back got hurt. That hurt us. And we struggled against a powerful, powerful Dakota team. So tonight we got to move the ball.
And your offense has been proven to be able to put points on the board and to be able to keep the ball moving. What do you have to do to ensure the offense is going to roll tonight?
Mix of pass and run. So we're not one-dimensional. We had a really good quarterback, and we got a couple good receivers, and so we can throw the football. So we'll try to keep Ike off balance.
And as for the overall season, what has been the goal and the message to the team to keep them fired up and keep them motivated?
Well, we've prided ourselves that we won the white division 2 years in a row. We came up to the red. It's difficult in the red because there is no easy game. We have difficult non-leaguers with Roseville, Grosse Pointe South, Rochester Adams. So we have a very, very tough schedule. So we want to play at that level. We want to be a MAC Red team that can play at that level.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we thank Coach Schrader for taking the time as well. Pre-game, it is a big game here in the MAC Red. It's homecoming night here at Swinehart Field. Eagles versus Anchor Bay coming up next.
Number 1. We are here getting ready for kickoff. Welcome, everybody, to Swinehart Field. My name's Chris Wright, alongside my broadcast partner, Giovanni Mosheri. Giovanni, big game is homecoming, as we said, pregame, and we're ready to go.
No doubt. And to see the crowd here tonight,
It's loaded. The cheer teams is loud. The band is loud. The student section is loud. This is what homecoming is all about, and I'm fired up to see what the Eagles and the Tars have to say on the field tonight.
There you see the student section. It's a blackout here at Swinehart Field, and it is a big event for the community, not just for the football team, the band, the cheerleaders, for everybody, and we are underway. Taking it back up the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, breaking a tackle, and he's tripped up a little bit, but he's down the sideline, 40, and he's finally going to step out of bounds, but there was a flag on the play, I want to say way back by the 20.
Yeah, and it's dangerous when you got those kind of homecoming jitters. It's important, especially on the special teams plays. Keep it clean. Don't cost your team a big play like the Tars could potentially have. We'll see the result of the penalty here, but that would have been such a great start for the Tars, but unfortunately the penalty will hold back.
On the receiving team, number 25. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Holding call to start the game off. Saving the Eagles there from giving up a big return. That was Jerry Hansen on the return, senior wide receiver.
And that way we talked to head coach Bob Schroeder, wanting to be not one-dimensional, wanting to mix it up between pass and run, because that was the key against Dakota, was that Dakota made them one-dimensional, taking the run away, and we'll see if the Tars are going to be able to find that multi-dimensional offense. And remember, they scored over 120 points coming into today, so it's not like they're incapable.
First down and 10 from the 17-yard line. He'll take the snap, he'll throw. That's Hansen, breaks one tackle, running down the sideline, and he'll finally step out of bounds near the 25, 27-yard line is what they'll say.
You saw great blocking, number 81, kind of sealing the edge there, allowing to get a couple of extra yards on that one. That's what's most important with these screen plays. You gotta block, and you gotta stay blocking, or else this thing could be a tackle for loss easily, but great move to be able to get past the line of scrimmage, and great blocking to have him go move forward.
It's a big play for first down. Ryan LaFear is your shotgun quarterback. He'll hand it off, running up the middle. Get about 5 on the carry.
So already so far a screenplay and a run right up the middle, starting off multi-dimensional here.
There's Anthony Valente. That'll give him second down at about the 34-yard line. Second down and 4. He'll hand it off to Valente again, and he'll get down to the 37-yard line. That's enough for another first down.
Great tackling up the middle. Number 10, Gabriel Pettypool, who had a huge special teams play last week against Romeo, able to fill the gap. Yes, it was positive yards on the play, but great wrap up and great tackle on first contact.
There you see the head coach Bob Schroeder for Anchor Bay. LaFear in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand this ball off. That was number 6, Dominic Zanetti.
Eisenhower able to respond to the run, had a couple of runs come positive the past couple of plays, this time being able to adjust, halted to only about 1 yard, and slowed down a little bit of this Tars offense here. Still plenty of drive to go, but we'll see if how this makes a difference.
Second down and 9 here, only a gain of 1. Man in motion. LaFear takes a snap, hands it off again. Stopped up the middle, but he'll get a couple yards here down to the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up the first third down of the game.
You saw great separation, great parting of the blue sea, if you will. Able to run up the middle there was number 6, Dominic Zanetti. Fighting to get a couple of extra yards after being held at by the shoe.
Looking to throw this time, incomplete, just out of the outstretched hands of his intended target. That was number 9, Michael Orlando.
And a drive that was looking promising to start off for Anchor Bay. Remember, it started off with a holding penalty on the kickoff that could have sent them all the way to the 35-yard line to start, but the Eisenhower defense responding to that, realizing they got that second chance and able to make a great stop, forcing the punt for Anchor Bay.
Bryce Hurley, the Mr. Michigan football candidate, back to return. Hansen gets the ball away, a booming punt. Hurley's going to let that bounce around the 15 and a roll. It'll stop about the 11-yard line. And that's where the Eagles are going to take over. While we have a second, I do want to welcome my new broadcast partner, Giovanni Mosheri. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a great season here for both Utica and for Eisenhower. It's great to have you up here.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's really fun to be up here to see this kind of atmosphere, because this is what I love about high school and even college sports, is this kind of energy, the homecoming type of energy, not only on homecoming night, but on many other games. The energy is just so much fun, and I'm happy to be here to experience it.
Eagles take over. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Burnside. Running up the right side. He breaks a tackle. Still on his feet down to the 30-yard line. Big run to start this game.
And great blocking to allow for that. Being able to sweep around, seal the edge, find the gap, and sprint after it. Starting off with quick motion. And I'll say this for a lot of the plays here tonight, these big plays don't happen without good blocking.
Bullock takes the snap again. He's going to pitch it. This time it's Hurley. Hurley running up the left sideline, down the sideline, 50, 40, got one man to beat, and he does! 20, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles, but there's a flag.
Yeah, I would hold off on the confetti and bubbles there, as much fun as it is. There was blocking on the close side. Keaton Duda had a great block, was holding it, but that's where the flag was. Maybe a little too well was the block, causing the holding penalty, but we'll see.
Year. 2 there. Holding. Offense, number 2. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Yeah, number 2 on the bottom of the screen there was great at sealing the edge there, but you could see just a little bit too much at that moment there. What would have been the tackle at about the 45-ish yard line would end up taking back a touchdown, and a dejected Ike crowd responding to it.
Well, that'll make it 1st and 15 now from the 25-yard line. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to pitch it to Hurley again. And this time he is brought down after about a gain of 4, maybe 5. They'll say 5, down to the 30.
They say they did the same play there, just opposite side. Was able to correct the holding penalty, but because of that, only able to get so many yardage and almost resetting the drive, but a couple downs down now.
Jack Beijing on the play. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to throw it. It's a screen for Hurley. Trying to make men miss. He'll get down to the 35-yard line. Another gain of 5 for the Eagles.
Tar's able to keep the plays at close yardage here. That one was the previous play.
All right, big third down here. Bullock takes a snap, looking to throw. Still keeps his eyes downfield. Rolls out to his right, throwing down the sideline. Pass is caught! First down, Connor Temple down to the 25-yard line.
Having 3D vision, able to see down the field amongst the panic of rushing out of the pocket. A great big gain for the Eagles.
Does not get flustered, running out of the pocket. Just throws this ball down the sideline.
And what a great catch, too. Falling down and still making the grab.
So they'll get down to the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 here. Burnside in motion. He's going to take the handoff, and he'll get stopped about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 3 on that play.
Running into a wall of a couple of Tars there, taking a big hit. Still able to get the positive yardage, though, and getting closer and closer to field goal range. So Ike in great position so far in this offensive drive with that big play coming before.
Look in the shotgun. He's got Mason Korn to his right. Dodges the sack. Keeps his eyes downfield, but he's finally going to get brought down for a sack. That is number 59 in white.
Number 59, that's Ben Latona. Not on the first effort, but the second effort was the defensive line of the Tars. Great job shaking the tackle by Bullock, but keeping his eyes downfield, no one open, and taking the sack either way.
So bring up another third down on this drive. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bullock throws it, and it's almost intercepted, dropped. That was number 4, Nathan Leach.
That one was dangerous. He had a free runner blitzing towards the quarterback there, looking at the first option, but just didn't put enough on it, leaving it really only to the defender to be able to catch it, but just a little too low, unable to keep it off the turf. And that saves a potential drive ender for the Eagles.
Well, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Hurley in the backfield with Bullock.
Fans are wishing they had a field goal unit out there.
Bullock takes a snap, looking left, rolls out of the pocket, still looking downfield. He's going to jump throw it, and incomplete. Intended for Braylon Burnside, just unable to get to him. Had a lot of pressure in his face.
Yeah, had that pressure, and I could see that Burnside was open. It's just difficult to throw across your body like that on 4th down with pressure coming, a lot into that, making it a difficult pass. But the Tars coming up big after allowing that big play, but ultimately halting the drive on 4th down for the Eagles.
That drive also had a big holding call there that overturned a Bryce Hurley touchdown run.
And it cost a shot at the confetti cannon for the home crowd as well.
1st and 10 for the Tars, ball at the 30-yard line. LaFear, no, that is number 10, Jerry Hansen III, takes the snap out of the Wildcat, and he'll keep it himself down to the 38-yard line, gain an 8 on the play.
Mixing up the offense there. Again, that was one of the big keys coming into this game for the Tars. Mixing it up, allowing their offense that has scored so much this season to do all the things they can do well. A Wildcat being thrown in there is going to keep this defense on edge throughout the rest of the game. A great run by number 10 as well, Hansen.
2nd down and 2 coming up for the Tars. Ryan LaFear is in the shotgun formation. LaFear takes the snap. He's going to hand this ball off. That's Dominic Zanetti, still on his feet at the 45, and finally brought down as he crosses midfield down to the Ike 48-yard line.
Got to keep the legs moving, and that's what Zanetti did after taking contact, able to still keep going, always looking forward, always looking to advance after shaking tackles. Shaking 1 hit there to get to the 2nd level, 2, and the 3rd would ultimately be the tackle.
Bryce Hurley on that tackle. Fear puts a man in motion. Take the snap, fake the handoff, a throw in the slant, and it's caught. That's Gary Jones Jr., the senior wide receiver. Gain of 7 on the play.
A couple of substitutions for the Eagles. Their defense able to hold strong through much of the season, only allowing 23 points through 3 games with a shutout against Lance Cruz. But this is not the same offense they have faced before. Anchor Bay knows how to put them up.
Second down, LaFear takes the snap, he's going to hand it off. Running up the left side. He'll get the 1st down and a little bit more. Brought down close to the 35, they'll say the 36-yard line. That was Anthony Valente.
And it seems like the Tars have multiple guys that are going to be able to run the ball successfully, whether it's out of the Wildcat, this screen, or right up the gut. They have many options, and they're displaying all of them on this drive.
He'll fake the snap, and the Eisenhower jumps.
Multiple Eagles jumping on that one. Again, when we talk about this being homecoming and with the big energy, friends and family in the stands, it all has to be contained almost in a bubble around the field.
5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Well, we've seen over the first few weeks here, Eagles have been taking a lot of penalties so far this season. So this is not something new, but it is something that Coach Smith is going to want to clean up. 1st and 5 for the Tars. Blitz.
Maybe jumped a little too early there. And Chris, like you were saying, it's a problem for Eisenhower. It's just not a new one.
Before the snap, encroachment on the defense, number 1.
That was Burnside trying to get the jump on the blitz. He was a free runner otherwise.
I almost think Anchor Bay is kind of upset that they threw the flag because they threw it right where Burnside was coming from. They had a wide open receiver.
They had the right counter to it.
But it's 1st and 10 now. Burnside is showing blitz again. He won't go. This is a handoff. That's Gary Hansen. He'll get maybe 4 or 5 on that carry down to the 22-yard line.
He'll take a big hit from number 30, Regio.
Just puts Hansen in motion.
And taking it away from Burnside, going to where there's less men on that half the field for a great gain.
2nd down and 6 for Anchor Bay. He'll take the handoff, handing it off to number 6. That's Dominic Zanetti. Up the middle, he'll get only a gain of 1 on that play.
And you're starting to see that Anchor Bay is almost conditioning the Eisenhower defense with that man in motion. They've done it the past few times during this drive. This time not handing it off to the man in motion like the last play, but right up the gut to the left side for a 1-yard gain, but still moving down the field. But a big 3rd down coming up.
LaFear in the shotgun. He's got Zanetti on his left hip. He'll take the snap, looking left, rolling out of the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, throwing across the field, out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, there's really tight coverage there. I was looking down the field. He had an option about mid-distance and one in the end zone, but they were all covered pretty well, thus the kind of hesitation while in motion, running out of real estate, just throwing it to where only his receiver might be able to get it.
Well, now it's going to be Anchor Bay's turn to go for it on 4th down as you look at the replay. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
Here's the crowd roaring. This is what the home crowd's about.
LaFear in the shotgun, Zanetti on his right side. LaFear takes a snap. It's a designed quarterback run, and he's going to get brought down. Let's see what they say. He's short. Eisenhower defense steps up and is able to turn the ball over on 4th down.
That one was close, but still able to contain what Anchor Bay was doing. Risky to go for it on 4th down there, but it's in those range where you think you got it, you got the right play, but it just came close, but not close enough, and it'll turn it over to the Eagles, where we stay stalemated, 0-0 so far near the end of the 1st quarter.
2:32 to go. Eisenhower offense taking over. Bullock in the shotgun. He's got Bryce Hurley with him in the backfield. Take a snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley, running up the middle. Just trying to find a lane. He'll get brought down near about the 23-yard line there. Gain of 5.
A great gain on what otherwise visually maybe wasn't the prettiest looking run play, but that's the job that those plays are supposed to do. It's supposed to get ugly, get mixed up in the middle, and almost magically you move forward 5 yards.
Low snap. Burnside tried to take it, but he fumbles the ball and quickly jumps on top of it. They're able to keep control of it, but it's 3rd down now.
And you got to be careful with those mistakes. You see how quickly a drive, after your defense did a great job to get the stop on 4th down, and how quickly this drive is already in risk.
Third down and 6. Bullock has Bryce Hurley in the backfield with him. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff to Hurley, looking to throw. He'll throw across the middle. It's caught! 1st down, Connor Temple.
Connor Temple doing a good job following the ball. Was in the right spot. Slowed down a little bit to find the soft spot in the zone coverage. But a big gain, and that's just what the Eagles needed to continue their drive downfield.
When you're in trouble, find your number 1 receiver. Connor Temple with a big first down catch again. Bullock takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to run it himself, running up the right side. He's going to step out of bounds after a gain of 2. Short gain for Bullock.
Running into the, I'm sure, friendly sideline of Anchor Bay. Coming to a calming stop during that. They're still able to get positive yardage out of it as the Eagles look to stay ahead of schedule.
2nd down and 8 here. Looks like Bullock is changing the play. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley. Hurley trying to break some tackles, and he's finally going to be brought down. They're going to say a loss of 1 on the play. It's another 3rd down and long coming up.
It was great identification by the Anchor Bay defense to know what was coming. Even with the commotion before the snap, they had the guys ready in the right position. If not the first time, the second, the third guy is surely there. As a team, as the defense plays as a team to get a tackle as a team.
Eisenhower going to spread them out. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hurley in the backfield. Bullock looking downfield. Again, Connor Temple caught. First down at the 45-yard line of Anchor Bay. They're going to say incomplete. They're going to say incomplete. The ball must have bounced. From up here, it looked like a catch, but let's look at this on replay.
We'll take a look here. And that one just close, almost able to keep a grip on it, but it's very hard to do in motion with that big body to try to hold it in as you curl to the ground. A difficult catch. And it'll force an Ike punt.
It's a short punt here. It's going to bounce at the 46-yard line and roll out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So not as disastrous as it looked, but Anchor Bay is going to take over from there.
Yeah, great bounce, giving them a little bit of extra breathing room there on a punt that would have been at just about the 50-yard line. And given us such a great offensive team, that kind of field position doesn't bode well for your defense in blue, but a bounce, bring it down to the 39 surely helps.
Again, it is homecoming here at Swinehart Field. Anchor Bay has also brought a good contingency. That's a packed stands over there.
Yeah, those stands don't usually see a crowd like that often. They got a couple of sharks in the stands as well.
I believe it's Hawaiian Day for the Anchor Bay student section. 1st and 10 for Anchor Bay. LaFear takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and stopped in the backfield is Anthony Valente. A loss of 1.
And that's great identification from the Eagle defense. He had 3 guys that could have made that tackle in the backfield. Everybody was ready to go and knew what play was coming.
Well, that's going to do it for the first quarter here. After 1, this game is tight. It is 0-0. And Giovanni, so far we've seen both of these teams back and forth, back and forth. What have you seen? What's going to be that first big play, do you think?
It's definitely going to be the first team that, if they have to go for it on 4th down, gets that 4th down. Because we saw 2 drives from each team come to a stop in a 4th down play that was at about the 30-yard line, not quite the red zone, but they didn't want to bring the kicker out to take the chance. And a team that gets close enough into the red zone for either a field goal or a touchdown, that's going to be the deciding one. It's about continuing and sustaining those drives. That's what we're going to have to see for the second quarter here.
While we have a second, let's take a minute to thank one of our sponsors, Esplendido's Mexican Cuisine, Pizza and Spirits. You know, it's always fun for Esplendido's. We get Esplendido's every week. You had some pizza.
Oh,
you
yeah.
had some pizza, delicious pizza. They offer variety with quality created from generations of family recipes, serving Shelby Township for over 40 years. So make sure next week we have Utica. Get your Esplendido's before the game. It's a snap here to number 18. That's Nolan Van Acker. Running it himself. He gets no gain on the play.
Yeah, running into a wall of blue. Had great speed. And that's the thing with all these plays, Chris, is when you have that kind of sweep in the backfield, it looks fast. And it looks like they might take it a distance, but you need that room. And sometimes that room isn't just there, and it ends up just flying into a brick wall for no gain.
3rd down and 11 coming up. So far, Anchor Bay has not been successful on 3rd down. 0 for 2 in that first quarter.
This Eagle defense has turned up the heat, perhaps catching on to a little bit of what the Tars are up to.
LaFear takes a snap, looking to throw. Keeps his eyes downfield. He's going to roll out himself. And he's going to get stopped after a gain of about 6 down to the 45-yard line. Then it's not enough. It's 4th down.
Not the drive that they wanted to coming into the second quarter here in what's still a tied ball game, but to have a drive in with that, with great field position too, because the punt landed them at about that 40-yard line, I believe the 39-yard line, and to have that drive just stalled in 4 downs, it's a big blow for the Tars, but that Eagle defense, they earned it.
That's Hansen. He'll get the punt away. It's a low one. Bounce around the 20-yard line. Hurley's going to pick it up and try it for a return. And he'll get stopped at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Eagles are going to take over.
And every offensive drive from here out until a point is scored, it's everybody's opportunity. Every time that offense, whether it's of the Eagles or of the Tars, hits that field, they got to have the mentality of we're going to be the first. We're going to dictate the pace of this game. With points on our side, it's going to be up to the other team to go and chase us. That's got to be the mentality when you reach that field on offense for either of these teams until a point is scored.
These guys are so legit.
1st and 10. Bullock has Hurley and that's Mason Korn in the backfield. He's going to pitch it to Hurley. He's got a host of Tars right around him, and he'll get taken down at the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. That's a loss of 4 on the play.
That's one of those big risk plays where you need your receivers to either be open or you need guys to block and be on assignment, because being in that open space, everyone's gravitating towards you with no real room to run. Going to need better execution on it the next time they try it.
Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand this ball off to Hurley up the middle, and he'll lose another yard.
Look at the Tars defense. For as much as their offensive prowess speaks for itself, 123 points scored in 3 games. They've given up 112. So to see a defense step up like this today, being the opposition of homecoming, this defense is holding strong to start off today's game.
3rd down and very long here. Gonna whistle. It's a timeout for Eisenhower.
Coach does not look happy. Wants to make sure that everyone's heads are screwed on straight, because I don't imagine this was the way that they imagined starting off this game. And we talked about it in the pregame. There's no days off in the MAC Red. None of these games are easy or given or deserved by anyone one way or the other. But you got to imagine that Eisenhower wanted to have a few more drives sustained, to go a little bit farther, make less mistakes. And to call that timeout, they want to make sure that all that is stopped now so they can have the rest of the game to perform well.
It's 3rd down and 15 coming up. This is a big play here.
Once again, 50-50 right here in front of the press box. There you go.
They need a great play dialed up. 3rd and 16. There's not a lot of plays for those situations in the playbook.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's got Bryce Hurley in the backfield. Bullock puts a man in motion. That's Temple. Fakes the handoff to him. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's caught. Down to the 40, 45, 50, and he's finally brought down into Tar. That is Gabriel Pettypool.
Just what the doctor ordered, a little Pettypool with that. Finding him open downfield, putting the ball in a place where only he can reach and catch it. And for it to have the right distance to get the 1st down with speed and room to run after.
On 1st down, they run it up the middle. Bryce Hurley gets about 3. But think about this. This offense runs through Bryce Hurley and Connor Temple to bring in Gabriel Pettypool. You got a lot of weapons here for Eisenhower. That doesn't include Braylon Burnside either. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley up the middle. And he'll get down to the 42. It's going to bring up another third down.
Going back to the use of Pettypool, in last week's game against Romeo, he scored a 65-yard touchdown run on what would ordinarily be a punt for him, but a low snap had him bobble it, and he just took it the distance, proving that he can weave through traffic. He can be dependable in stressful situations like that, that being the latest example.
Bullock under center, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley up the middle. He'll get down to the 39-yard line.
Making a great spin to his left, running into one of his linemen. Good to see his lineman downfield that far, but making the spin to make sure he can get around for that extra yard.
That play definitely looked like they knew that they were going to try to go for this on fourth down, and they will.
This is where the confidence is built.
And
but
they're
that'll
going
help
to get
too.
him across. A big encroachment penalty.
You'll take that for running a play on fourth down.
Encroachment, number 25 on the defense. A 5-yard penalty that results in a first down.
For the Eisenhower side, whenever you're calling a play on fourth down, you're like, man, it'd be nice if we got an encroachment penalty. It drew him offside. And that's exactly what happened.
They tried to time the snap, and it failed them. 1st and 10 now. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. This is Mason Korn up the left side down to the 28-yard line. Good run on first down.
Great run, able to make moves at multiple levels, bouncing off contact for a great solid gain up the middle. If you can have that part of your offense, the run up the gut, working efficiently, your offense is going to be working fine.
Korn again, this time running on the right side of the line. He'll get down to maybe the 24-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Korn is giving the Anchor Bay defense a spin-a-rooney. Each one of his runs, including at least one spin move, to be able to bounce off and tackle, and bringing them now in third and very manageable.
Yeah, they're going to say he was just a few inches short. Bullock under center. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Korn again, running up the middle, through the line of scrimmage into the secondary, and down to the 14-yard line.
Why not keep giving it to him? Why stop doing what works? Force Anchor Bay to find an answer to it, or else you're going to see a lot of Korn.
Looked like Eisenhower tried to hurry that play up, but Anchor Bay said, we got to take a second, timeout.
Definitely, and that's a smart call to call the timeout there. It's something you want to save for later, before halftime situations, but you're seeing Korn just gash the defense over and over again. They got to find some time to figure out an answer here. Taking a look at the last run here, making it to the second level, and another spin to get him an extra few yards. Anchor Bay's going to need an answer to this, or else it's going to be a whole lot of Korn throughout the rest of the game, or at least the rest of this half.
As you see, it is a blackout here for homecoming.
We love the themes, and honestly, blackout, one of the easiest ones to do. Everyone's got a black shirt somewhere. Everyone's got a Sharpie. It's something that everybody can participate in, because looking at the Anchor Bay side, Hawaiian Nights, that one gets a little bit more niche, as fun and colorful as it is. A blackout, that one is just straight up and simple. We'll take a look at that crowd there. That away section doesn't get that packed that often. And you see the two Sharks in the front row, twins perhaps,
All right, here we
cheering
go.
on their tars.
Eisenhower ready, 1st and 10. Man in motion, that's Burnside. Bullock takes a snap, looking to throw it to the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Eagles! 15-yard touchdown pass, Jack Bullock to Braylon Burnside. It is 6-0.
And how about that, mixing up the offense? You had 3 straight plays of Korn up the middle, a timeout taken by Anchor Bay to say, we need an answer to this, and Ike is ready taking that timeout to come up with this play here to be the perfect counter and be the first on the board tonight at homecoming.
On to kick it, that's Dominic Fanone. The kick is up, and it's good. With 6:48 left to go here in this first half, the Eagles finally take a 7-0 lead.
And that timeout, recall, all the way down the other side of the field. A 3rd and 16 is what this drive came down to near the start of it. And that timeout able to get everyone's attitude correct, to make sure that they're not making mistakes on their way down the field, forcing Anchor Bay to be the one to make those mistakes, and that drive proving successful, ending in a first touchdown.
Very important drive there for the Eagles. Definitely want to get on the board first in this game. Again, there are no days off in the MAC Red, that is for sure.
Whenever Chris Smith, head coach of the Eagles, was saying during that initial timeout, he'll wink at the camera, it's always nice. But whatever was said definitely worked. And it was a little angry in that timeout, but ultimately ending in smiles.
And our t-shirts today.
Oh, we got the t-shirt cannon down on the track.
Freedom Orthodontics sponsoring our t-shirt here at the beam.
It's almost a scouting for who could be the next receiver at Eisenhower. Can you one-hand catch that thing in the stands? The coach might give you a call.
You know, every week I want them to just, we got a wide open window here. They can just shoot it right in there. We're going to have to compete with the student section. But Fanone ready to kick this ball away. It is away.
And the kickoff.
It'll kick into the end zone for a touchback.
And we'll begin playing at the 20-yard line. First down.
The Tars will take over from the 20-yard line.
Got a long way to go with a newly galvanized Eagle team, because I mean, thinking about that, oh my God, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Eagle fans come in all shapes and sizes.
But back to my point here, you're facing now a freshly motivated and energized Eagles team, because, you know, facing them at 0-0, like, okay, it's be careful, don't mess it up, gain the lead. Now they got the lead. It's time for them to deliver.
First and 10 for the Tars. 6:48 to go here in this second quarter. Taking the snap, running up the middle. That was Anthony Valente. At quarterback was Nolan Vanacker, the sophomore.
Number 10, the ball carrier, tried to
Making
work
a
the
change
middle,
on
but
offense
in the middle.
for the Tars. Trying to shake up the offense a little bit, starting with a up-the-gut run.
Looking to throw, keeping his eyes downfield. Trying to direct traffic, it's caught. That's Jake Balliet down to the 50-yard line. A big first down.
And great pocket presence, too. Taking a look here, able to keep the eyes downfield, know the 75 is coming, but able to deliver only to where your receiver can get it for a huge gain right at about midfield.
They'll say first and 10 from the 48-yard line on their side of the field. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Valente up the middle. And he'll get down to the Eisenhower side of the field, 47, 46-yard line.
Anthony Valente up the middle.
Yeah, never
of
stopping the motion of the feet, just leaning forward, almost leaning against the defenders that are tackling you, able to keep pushing them forward for a great angry run up the middle.
Ball at the 47-yard line of Eisenhower. Second down in 6.
Student section almost paying attention more to the shirts.
Takes the snap, he'll fake the handoff to Valente. Pass is caught by Hansen, trying to find some room down the left sideline. And they'll finally get pushed out around the 45-yard line. They'll say down to the 44.
We'll take a look at the replay here. Number 81, Landon Hayosh, taking a big punishment from the defender, ultimately reaching to make the tackle was Korn. Taking 2 Tars out in one play.
Third down and 2. Looks like the fear is back in the shotgun. He'll hand this ball off. See what they say. Eagles have the ball. They're running all the way back. That's Mason Korn to the end zone. Let's see what they say here.
I didn't see a flag anywhere, Chris. Still looking to see if any disagreement here amongst the referees.
They're lining up to kick this field goal. That's a touchdown, Eagles!
Well, if Mason Korn couldn't get it on offense, how about you go grab it on defense? That's exactly what happened to get the Eagles up big. Double dipping after getting their first lead.
That's a 56-yard fumble recovery. Fanone. No, it looks like we got a new kicker. It's up, and it's no good. That was Gabriel Pettypool on the field goal. Let's look at this on replay. That's Valente running up the middle.
And the Eagles doing the right thing, attacking the ball, looking to rip it out. Is he down? It looks clean. We'll take another look at that.
The ball definitely is moving before he falls to the ground.
Yeah, just watching it in live speed, though, from the referee's perspective.
Very close call, but there is no video review here in high school.
we have it more as a luxury up here in the booth, but for what the referees saw and what they allowed, taking it to the house is Mason Korn.
That gives the Eagles a 13-0 lead very quickly, and it looked like the Tars were moving the ball downfield pretty easily.
That one's a big gut punch to the Tars. After starting to feel good about their drive, establishing the run, and just to lose it, not only on a fumble, but return for a touchdown. It's a big hill to climb for the Tars for the rest of this game.
Getting ready to kick this ball off. Anchor Bay takes it about their 3-yard line, trying to find a room. That's Hansen. He's going to bounce outside. Still trying to find some room. Dodging defenders, running down the sideline, and he'll finally get pushed out at the 35-yard line.
With the precision, with almost moving with the joystick, is Hansen. What looked like was going to be negative yardage as far as his forward progress goes, but able to just weave through, stay patient, wait for space to open to make what is ultimately a very positive gain to start off the drive for the Tars.
First and 10 now for Anchor Bay at the 35-yard line. He'll take the snap and hand it off, running up the right side. He's taken down in the backfield. That was Dominic Zanetti on the carry. Gabriel Pettypool taking him down in the backfield.
And it's dangerous running those sweep plays because especially at the high school level, it comes to where the difference in speed just amongst your roster comes into a spotlight there. Got to be able to outrun the defenders that are going to be chasing you, or else those kind of sweep plays are going to end up being negative more often than not.
It's like a loss of 3 on that play, second down and 13. He'll take the snap, looking to set up a screen for Zanetti, running up the middle and have enough for a first down. Big screen up the middle there.
Had 2 linemen up the field just waiting for it, waiting to block for him, and able to follow those blockers well up the middle of the field.
Again, now
with the two big guys leading the charge, leaving nothing but a first down.
That had to be close to an ineligible man downfield on that play, but
got to be careful with those, of course.
Again, in at quarterback is Nolan Vanacker, the sophomore. number 18 in white. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw this down the left side. Looks like in the middle between two Anchor Bay receivers. Incomplete, a little miscommunication there.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be just a matter of decisive decision making, because with those kind of routes, you have the option to go, whoever's open, like mid-distance or going all the way for the first down. But you got to make sure that your arm is making the same decision as up in your helmet.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. He'll take the snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw quick, and this is at the feet of his intended target, Jake Balliette. He had pressure in his face. It's third down.
Yeah, Balliette was the option to counter the blitz that Ike sent, but just too much pressure, unable to get the ball to the option, to the tight end.
So far, Anchor Bay 0 for 4 on third down this game, so still looking for that first conversion.
And that's going to be big for the Tars, just to be able to feel like they can operate their offense normally. They haven't done it in a couple of weeks, and it would feel great for them and their confidence to be able to get this.
Looking to throw, and it's over the head of Balliette. And that's another incomplete pass. Fourth down coming up.
And that one being a short distance option, it would have ended up being a punt either way. Maybe just trying to play the field position game, send the punt a little bit farther down, but that one would have been very difficult to make the first down out of.
Jerry Hansen the third, back to punt. Bryce Hurley standing at his own 20-yard line, back to receive. Hansen gets it away.
Very low punt.
Low punt, it's a roller. Hurley's gonna pick it up off the turf, trying to find some space on the right side, and he'll get taken down at the 28-yard line, and the Eagles will take over from there.
And we were talking about before on that first scoring drive for the Eagles when they met the 3rd and 16, but ultimately able to go and score, that you got to come out with that confidence of we're going to be the first to score and dictate the pace of this game. You got to make the Tars chase the Eagles. And now you come back in that similar situation. You're now up 13 with a bonus touchdown with a fumble recovery by Korn. Then you got to imagine that kind of confidence is through the roof and honestly opens up some options in the playbook.
Eagles almost in a 2-for-1 opportunity here. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. They got 3 minutes right now to score on this drive.
And they want to make it a buy one, get one.
Three receivers to the right, one to the top of your screen. Bullock's going to keep it, pitch it to Hurley, looking for some room, and he's still on his feet down to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line. And that's a first down for Bryce Hurley.
And that's been a successful play for the Eagles throughout the game here. They've done that where the quarterback will go off to the side, flip it to the receiver, and it's worked, not every single time, but that's been one of the signature plays.
Bullock throws this one to the left sideline, and it's caught. That's Braylon Burnside. That's enough for 5 on the play, second down.
And for Anchor Bay, being on defense here in this situation, you want to make sure you stand your ground and that you go into halftime with confidence saying we're only down by 13. If we get 14 with 2 touchdowns and the extra points, then we could be back into this.
This time Bullock's going to keep it running up the middle. He's still free, and he finally slides down at the 40-yard line. They're going to say the 39. A good enough run for a first down.
The Eagles offense so far just rolling with positive play after positive play, 5+ yards on each so far.
Anchor Bay does not like the speed at which the Eagles are operating. They're going to call a timeout.
And it's similar to the situation where you had the 3 plays in a row of Mason Korn just jamming it up the middle, where it's going to force them to call a timeout. But this time it can't end in a touchdown pass for the Eagles. So the Tars are going to have to figure out what to do defensively to hold strong and at the worst, hold them to a field goal to make sure that you go into halftime with defensive confidence and looking to be able to get back into this come the second half.
Another thing that you saw on that last play there was a option play, and they've been pitching that to whoever the running back is, Korn, Hurley, whoever they have in that motion. That time Bullock kept it and fooled the defense, was able to get a big chunk of yards there.
And now the Eagles are showing the multidimensional side of their offense where they'll show you the same look, but you don't know what's going to happen.
All right, coming out of the timeout. Bullock in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and the tight end to the left. He's got Hurley in the backfield with him. Bullock takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Keeps his eyes downfield, and it's out of reach of Braylon Burnside. Incomplete.
Almost stopping on a dime. You can almost hear the tire squeak of his cleats sliding on the turf, trying to turn around and catch that, but just throwing behind the receiver in motion. It was an error by the Eagles, or it would have been a great game.
Temperature at the start of the game was a balmy 77 degrees. It's getting pretty humid. It's late September. You think it might be time to get a little cooler.
Yeah, we're getting a little extra credit of summertime.
Hurley takes the pitch, running on the right side. He breaks the tackle, down to the 20, still on his feet, down to the 10, 5, and pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Just 1 step away from the end zone.
What a great play. Again, it's those pitch options. The Tars have not found a counter to this play, but this one going for big yards, making the man miss, and oh so close to getting into the end zone. You can tell the last spin trying to get in there. But still, the Eagles within scoring distance, however you want it.
First and goal from the 2-yard line. Looks like Bullock's gonna go under center. He's got Hurley behind him. Man in motion. He'll hand it off to Hurley up the middle, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on that play.
Tar's not going to make this one easy. Ready for the run play. The Eagles are going to have to find another way to get this on this second down.
Clock is moving. We are under 2 minutes to play here. Bullock takes the snap, hands it off to Hurley again. See what the call on the field is. Touchdown, Eagles! 2-yard run for Bryce Hurley. Opens up a large lead. We are 19-0.
And now being able, with only 1:42 left in the half, your defense has been playing really strong against the Tars. That powerful offense hasn't been able to be on display tonight. You're going to go into halftime as an Eagle very, very confident here on homecoming.
The kick is up, and it's good. Fantone comes back on and kicks the extra point. It is 20-0.
Now the Tars now, how do they want to spend this last 102 seconds? Is it going to be with strong offense, sticking to their guns and making their offense work, or are they going to let the Eagles bully them going into halftime with a sour taste in their mouth? It's going to be up to them to, if only a field goal is what they get, then you got to take it and run with it mentally. So we'll see how the Tars are going to be able to respond here.
As we get closer to halftime next week, we'll be back here at Swinehart Field. So make sure you're tuned in wherever you are, whether you're in the Shelby Township area, the Utica area, or anywhere around the world on YouTube.com.
Be sure to hit subscribe wherever you are watching. We do appreciate it. As the Eagles get their last words in before kickoff.
Fantone
Tars
ready to
not
kick this one
celebrating.
away.
Tars not celebrating. They're already set and ready to go.
Next week, the Eagles are at Stevenson, continuing MAC Red play.
And Stevenson, according to some, also in the reins of some of the best high school teams in the state of Michigan. So that one, no easy feat.
Kick is away, and this will bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
And once again, ready to close it in the end zone. The Tars.
Bob Schroeder and his Anchor Bay Tars will take this last huddle here to get their offense ready. Like we've been talking about, how do they want to spend these last few moments of the first half? You got to get something positive out of it, something that you can feed off of during halftime, to not let your team spiral down and to get down on themselves, because this is a good Tar team, and they got to be able to show it and prove it to themselves before the band comes onto the field.
1st and 10 for Anchor Bay, 1:42 to go. Looks like LaFear is back in at quarterback. A little miscommunication. Who was going to take that ball? And he's going to get brought down. That's going to be a big loss on that play.
Yeah, for that kind of play, you got to decide whether you're going to take it or I'm going to take it, because we can't both take it. That being an example of what happens when you both try to take it.
They're going to say forward progress. They only lost 2 on that play.
Not the way you want to start this drive. You got to get that bad taste out of your mouth quickly if you're the Tars.
Eisenhower's got 2 timeouts. I wonder if they're going to just let this clock roll out or maybe try to get a chance at the ball again. A big pass caught by Balliet. And he'll get down to the 30-yard line, enough for a first down.
Number 18's pass completed to number 88, Jake Baylor.
Van Acker back in quarterback.
Able to get just some positive yards, a good tough run play. Throw it to the big man. Let him get what he can upfield and just feel the forward progress if you're Anchor Bay.
This is Hansen. And he'll get brought down after a gain of about 3. They'll say 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
I wonder if you're going to see Anchor Bay take any shots deep downfield with the clock winding down. Or are they simply going to lick their wounds and go into halftime? Clock's still running.
We are under 30 seconds here. There's no real urgency here from the Tars, but now they got 5 wide receivers in this formation.
Maybe they're going to take a shot.
Van Acker looking downfield. He's going to throw this one down the right side. It's caught. That's Jerry Hansen. And the ball's on the ground. They're going to say it was caught and he was down before he dropped it. That's down to the 47-yard line. And we got a timeout, the final timeout called for Anchor Bay.
It was It was Van Acker. Again, finding the man downfield, finding him in the middle, and with 5 receivers, you got plenty of options. Just trying to move down the field and just get used to your own offense. Feel like yourself again. It's important for the mentality of the team.
$11 seconds to go here.
Marching band waiting in the wings.
And again, it is homecoming here. We got a big homecoming presentation. Who's going to be the homecoming king and queen?
You know, I was almost on the homecoming court in my class of 2020 at Dakota. It didn't quite go as planned. But I ran a heck of an election, I'll tell you that. Heck of a campaign.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Out of the timeout. Van Acker is going to roll out to his right, looking downfield. He's going to throw this one deep, and they'll just put that on the ground. That's Connor Temple deflecting that ball. 5 seconds to go here.
I would imagine the Tars, they might just go for it again. Only 4.9 seconds, not much you can do in that time. Just let it rip. And if you can pull that rabbit out of the hat, get a touchdown going into halftime, man, you got to imagine the mentality is going to flip for the Tars. So take your shot, see what you can get.
Again, this ball is at the Anchor Bay 47-yard line. This should be the final play of the first half. Pressure from Eisenhower. It's a throw underneath, and that's caught by number 6, Dominic Zanetti. And he'll get a good gain, but he'll go down at about the 42-yard line, and that'll do it for the first half. Giovanni, how has Eisenhower taken this big of a lead going into halftime?
Well, it took a little while because Anchor Bay was holding strong at first, But then once they broke loose, they got that first one, the rest came easy.
We'll be back with the second half of action here. Eisenhower leading Anchor Bay 20-0.
Proudly serving Shelby Township for over 25 years, Esplendido continues their tradition of serving up some of the best pizza in the area. If you're a fan of puffy tacos, head on in and taste their outstanding Mexican cuisine. Dine in and have some fun. Watch the big game on one of their many new screens or get it to go. Call 586-739-1070. Great food, spirits, and celebration. That's Esplendido, proud sponsor of Eisenhower and Utica football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
And Eagle fans looking at the schedule. The Eisenhower Eagles have one more.
My name is Sherry. I'm Chris Wright. And Giovanni, it's been all Eagles so far this game.
It has been. It started off in a deadlock, but once the Eagles broke through, they continued to break through.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from that first half. The Eagles with a 20-0 lead, and Giovanni, take us through it.
Yeah, back when the sun was still out this morning, some big plays down the middle would start to spark the offense for the Eagles. A couple of deep passes downfield, but a lot of the drives halted on fourth down, forced to punt. But once they found Mason Korn gashing up the middle, it put the Tars in a bind and eventually would open up the passing game for a deep touchdown in the corner by Braylon Burnside. And then right after, Korn would be back at it again with the fumble recovery taken all the way to the house. This one will make it 13-zip. And then another huge play. Bryce Hurley almost making it all the way on an option toss. And it would ultimately be him to be the one to finish off the drive, making it 20-0, all Eagles so far.
Little miscommunication there on that final drive from Anchor Bay. No urgency from the Tars there, but the Eagles are going to get the ball here to start the second half. It is homecoming here at Swinehart Field. There's the 2024 homecoming queen for Eisenhower.
And they had all the festivities, of course, the homecoming king. You know, if there's a queen, there's usually a king. And the festivities of the band with their halftime performance, firing up the crowd, and all smiles from head coach Chris Smith.
Well, like I said, it is homecoming, and that is a blackout here for the student section of Eisenhower. It's packed, and again, I say it every week, but this is one of the biggest community events every Friday night. And now we're under the lights as the sun has set. We're into late September. The temperature is going to go down a little bit. It's very excited to see everybody around here from the community. Even the Anchor Bay sideline is packed. It's just a fun time for everybody here.
Definitely, and that's where you kind of zoom out to all this kind of stuff. You get to the rivalries, and you get to the, the energy between the student sections. When you zoom out, it's like you were just saying, this is a great community event. This brings people together. It's something to look forward to. It's something to watch and to celebrate, whether you're an alumni or not. It's just a great event all around, and we're very lucky to be a part of it here in the broadcast.
And as you can see, it is standing room only all around the track there on both sides of us. So it's just a great time here for homecoming at Swinehart Field.
It's just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. Getting the final conversations in are the Eagles as well as the Tars on the other side. Tars really got to pick up the offense when it comes into the second half here. It's what they're known for. It was the bread and butter coming into this. They had a rough go of it against Dakota last week where they're only able to score 6 points. But this has got to be a time where you got to just say enough is enough. We are a powerful offensive team. We got to put points on the board. Get our mojo back. Feel like ourselves again. That's going to be key for the Tars going into the second half. But for the Eagles, you just keep sailing. Smooth sailing from here will get you the win tonight here on Homecoming.
And if you are Anchor Bay, after you started the season scoring a total of 120 points, or close to 120 points, and then you scored 6 against Dakota last week, you scored 0.5 against Eisenhower. You do not want to have your offense just completely deflate.
No doubt. You don't want to dig yourself into a hole like that. You want to be you, and it's part of the identity of the team. And especially getting into MAC play here, you got to be able to play up to the competition here, because this is your competition. You got no other choice. You got to be sure to perform in front of whoever it is.
Team still waiting for this halftime to expire before we get ready for this kickoff.
Referees having their final conversations at center field. And getting a couple of practice reps in, staying loose, staying warmed up.
Still trying to effort some scores for Utica. But next week they will be here taking on Lance Cruz at Swinehart Field. So if you're able to join us, we would love to have you here. Or, again, we're here on YouTube.com every Friday night.
Teams finally get ready to set up under the lights here. The cool breeze is coming through. It's almost hoodie weather, Chris. Almost hoodie weather, bonfire. We're almost there.
Almost there.
But with a little extra credit of the summer, we get some nice warm weather, making it a perfect evening for football.
As you can see, we're in the middle of a neighborhood. I don't know if you can start smelling those bonfires. All that smoke is wafted into our press box here. But we're ready to get the second half underway. Anchor Bay kicks this one away. Hurley's going to let it drop and pick it up at the 15-yard line. Looking for space down the right sideline. And it'll be finally pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Might have been held a little bit too long there.
Yeah, and all it takes is a split second to hold it a little extra longer to just fire up the other team. And especially for the Tars, not quite the right time to start picking fights.
So it'll be the 30-yard line where he gets pushed out here. As you can see, I believe that's number 82 there. Gets him out of bounds, but I don't know if he didn't know where he was on the field.
Yeah, as clear as we can see from out here, you can't see much through the visor and the face mask. Very restrictive vision.
Bullock in the shotgun. He's got Hurley to his left, puts a man in motion. He's going to hand it off. That's number 9, Brody Kelsey. Trying to find some room off the left side. He'll get 2 yards on the carry.
Mixing up the ball carriers here, giving this one to Kelsey in motion. It's a play that they've run throughout the game with the man in motion and the handoff. Breaking a few tackles to make positive yardage here. Now trying to stay ahead of schedule.
Bullock will take the snap, looking to throw. Pass intended for Connor Temple. A dangerous throw. Deflected by number 7, Justin Zarlinski.
Yeah, and you had a lot of Tars waiting for that one. Watching the quarterback's eyes, and a great deflection that would have otherwise been a catch against their star receiver. That's great identification from the Tar defense.
Eagles third down, 4 for 7 during the first half. Bullock takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to roll out of the pocket, keep his eyes downfield. Pass is caught. That's Braylon Burnside down to the 50-yard line. First down, Eagles.
And staying calm under pressure, rolling out to your right. He knew he had great room to roll out, take his time, and look down the field, and no other than Braylon Burnside open for an easy toss in midfield.
Good job not letting the pressure get to him. Bullock's going to take the snap. He's going to hand this ball off to Hurley, running up the middle and down the sideline to the 40, maybe the 39-yard line.
And Connor Temple giving him time to sit there, make a decision, think about what to do tomorrow, and then finally move around the block. Because we're paying attention to this a lot. Connor Temple with the blocking. That's what makes these big plays happen, and getting to the second level from the front 5, and then ultimately getting a few yards out of it because of his receiver.
Looks like we had a penalty called, maybe a false start. So that'll move the Eagles back 5 yards.
But in celebration of a big play like that, you can't have a penalty like that. Those are drive killers. And we saw that affect the Eagles in the first half, where they would have good drives, then a penalty would draw them back. And that changes the entire complexity of the drive.
Bullock fakes the handoff, looking to throw. And he's going to get this one away. see what if they're going to call anything on this one.
The Tar defense able to pressure the quarterback into throwing it away, but you got to watch out for potential grounding and plays like that.
I'm going to say that ball got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15. Bullock takes the snap. It's an option play. He'll pitch it to Hurley, trying to find some room up the left side, and he's going to only get a gain of 1, maybe 2 on that play. Brings up another 3rd down.
And after enough successful plays of Ike running that kind of option, the Tars defense able to recognize it and say, I've seen this before, I know what to do, and they had 3 Tars zoning in, only allowing 1 yard of a gain on that play.
3rd down and 13 now. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. Keeps his eyes downfield. It is caught to Kelsey, but definitely short at the 46-yard line.
Just needed a little extra zip on the ball to let him stay upright, and potential yak yards were left on the table, but able to turn around and make the low catch for at least some positivity. But the pressure.
Kelsey may have been able to break that tackle, but like you said, just out of his reach there, had to fall down to catch it. Punt is away, and it's caught. This is Hansen from his own 20. Trying to find some room up the right sideline, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at about the 42-yard line.
And that's going to set up Anchor Bay with fantastic field position. And the chances are starting to wind down. You're in the second half. There's no better time than now to get your offense moving, and especially with a great return from Hansen. Kind of setting you up in that position, you got to be able to take advantage.
Anchor Bay is going to take over from their own 42-yard line. We're going to get a whistle here, flag. And now Anchor Bay is going to get called for a false start. So that'll push them back 5 yards.
And that's not going to set them up well for a drive that they want everything out of.
Well, you don't want to see that as Anchor Bay. You got a big stop there on defense, and then you give up 5 yards right there. Van Acker takes the snap. He's going to run it himself, and he'll get to maybe the 40, 41-yard line. Say 2nd down from there.
And it's just the running game so far. They're trying to establish it, but it's becoming difficult to do against the strong front 7 of Eisenhower. Is it going to force Anchor Bay to start to open up the passing game? Or are they going to have to start throwing it to number 88, the big tight end, Balliet? Are they going to have to throw it to him a little bit more or find receivers downfield because the running game is just too short, and especially with the penalty putting them back?
2nd down and 11 now. Van Acker takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. It's caught. Balliet short at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to get a lot of yards there using that big body of his close to the 50-yard line.
Whether you can see forward or not, the feet got to keep moving, and Balliet doing a great job, probably looking behind him by where his helmet was, but still able to truck forward and continue to drive and drive before ultimately being thrown down.
Balliet, 6'4", 220, using as a sophomore.
Going to have a lot of good years out of him.
This is 3rd down. Anchor Bay has not converted a 3rd down tonight. 0 for 5 so far.
No better time than now.
Burnside showing blitz. He's going to back off. This is handed off. That's Marcus Hooper Jr. And he'll get to the Eisenhower 49, which is not enough for a 1st down.
And in this position here, you're down by 20. Do you go for it on 4th down just to try and get anything out of this drive? It's a difficult decision. Do you trust your defense to, if you punt it, force Eisenhower to punt it back to you? We'll see.
4th down. See what play they are going to draw up. They are going to go for it here. They're on the Eisenhower 49.
And the Sharks glow in the dark.
Oh, the Sharks got the lights on them.
Firing up the away crowd.
A very tight formation here. And we're going to get a timeout. Timeout called by Anchor Bay. They want to get everything right here.
Yeah, Bob Schroeder may not liked what he saw at the formation there. Looking to go with a jumbo formation. Get all the big guys you can. Looking to potentially just jam it up the middle for the 1 yard. But we're going to think it over.
Next week, Eisenhower, like we said, travels to Stevenson. Another big MAC Red matchup. But they will not be back at Swinehart Field until October 11th when they take on Dakota. That is a big game that we have circled on the calendar.
Dakota, no slouch themselves when it comes to the MAC Red. Currently also undefeated, being the challenger to Ike for first place in the MAC Red.
Here we go. And Acker takes the snap, trips to hand the ball off. Where are they gonna call this one?
Where does the forward progress bring them?
First down. They're gonna give him a first down. I don't know how you can call that.
You need 3D X-ray vision. Taking a closer look. Could him leaning forward have brought the ball far enough? It's tough to say in a pile like that.
But they're gonna give it to him.
It's ultimately the eyes on the field that make the decision.
They only needed the 1 yard and they got it. Van Acker in the shotgun. He's got Zanetti in the backfield with him. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Van Acker looking to throw. He's going to throw right. Pass is intercepted. Jimmy McGuire, interception, ends this Anchor Bay drive. The second turnover for Anchor Bay.
Just when you were able to bring new life into the drive for the Tars, forcing to pass, showing it, and then ultimately forcing it to where it does not belong. Looking for your tight end, Valiette. Predictable for the Eisenhower defense, and they snatch it. The Sharks in the Anchor Bay crowd, still glowing, but perhaps with more of a frown on their face.
Bullock in the shotgun taking over. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He'll throw it over the middle. It's caught. That's Braylon Burnside. First down.
Great start to the drive. Letting the run game set up a pass. With 3 defenders around, still able to make the catch. Finding the soft spot is Burnside.
Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley. Trying to find some room on the left side. And he'll get stopped at the 42-yard line. Good 8-yard run there.
Saw hesitation, taking each level at a time, stopping, looking around, making sure you find some space to run. And the offense allowing him to do so. Sealing the edge on that far side. Forcing the defenders to try to fight through a maze just to find the ball carrier.
Bullock in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's got Bryce Hurley in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Gonna roll out to his right, throw it downfield, down the right sideline. Oh, incomplete. Connor Temple had his hands on it, but great defense played by Carlos Lopez and White. And Anchor Bay stops a big play.
Using all 5'8" of his frame, able to go up and disrupt the ball against the Eagles' top receiver, with the quarterback having a lot of time. rolling out, tossing it, and great job just keeping the hands up and fighting the ball to knock it loose for Lopez.
To bring up another third down. Eisenhower 5 for 9 today. Third down and 3. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and they're going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
They saw that play coming, sending an extra man in the box. They had 3 Tars just waiting for the handoff exchange. Able to hold the run play short.
And it looks like they're going to bring out the punt team here from the Anchor Bay side of the field.
A punt here, they're looking to pin them back way deep into their own territory.
Back to return is Nathan Leach and Jerry Hansen standing on their 10-yard line. High snap, he's able to get it down, and boom, this punt. It's going to land at the 15, and it was touched by an Eisenhower player. I don't think you can just kick it forward like that.
There's no holy roller.
Let's see where they spot this ball. I believe it's the 15-yard line. Oh, no, they're going to say the 7-yard line. That's where the Anchor Bay Tars will take over.
That's going to put the Tars deep into their own territory. They're going to make them go all the way of the field.
They take the snap out of the shotgun, hand it off. Running up the right side is Dominic Zanetti. He'll get maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, and what could have been a tackle for a loss for the Eagles, able to shake the first defender and at least bring it to the line of scrimmage.
First hit there.
And Zanetti able to stay shifty, roll off the tackler, and in crowded territory still pursue.
Second down and 9 coming up. Look to pass. That's caught by Balliet. And he's going to get taken down immediately at about the 9-yard line.
And Balliet trying to make the cut inward, but unable to stop on a dime. It's a lot of tight end to be able to move and stop on a dime, but great hands on the catch. Just trying to shake the 2 defenders, but they end up bringing him down.
It's Mason Korn in there first on the tackle. Third down, Anchor Bay 0 for 6 on third down.
In a tough situation here.
Looking to throw. She's going to get caught. It's going to be a sack, but I think it's going to come off the scorecard because it's a flag on the play.
And Van Acker moving in the pocket, unfortunately, right into an Eisenhower defender.
Six-yard line, Dave. Holding on the offense, number 60. That line, fourth down. 6-0. 6-0.
Eagles get a big holding call, and they decline the penalty. That's going to be a sack for number 5, Michael Odo.
Yeah, and the infraction by number 60, Rashard McClellan. Doing a little more wrestling than blocking, and ultimately force the Anchor Bay punt. Almost blocking it.
Hurley gets it at the 38-yard line, trying to find some room with the left sideline, and he'll get pushed out before getting to the 20. But Eisenhower going to have great field position right outside the red zone.
They don't got far to go to put another touchdown on that scoreboard. And it's putting the Tars in a real bind here as that drive pinned all the way back in their own territory, just couldn't get anywhere.
And that's got to be the worst punt of the game from Jerry Hansen, and because he's had some booming ones. I don't know what the Sharks thinking about this game though. He's covering his eyes.
I think I'm not sure he's a big fan. Trying to spread cheer amongst the away crowd.
Eisenhower taking over at the Anchor Bay 22-yard line. Man in motion, that's Burnside. Bullock takes the snap, looking to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended for Burnside.
Yeah, Bullock just running out of time on the rollout. No one open and just trying to throw it out of bounds, but close enough to his receiver to give him a chance. But nowhere to go on that play.
Take a look at this play again on replay.
Yeah, great coverage on due to downfield.
Bullock takes the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley. And he'll get down to maybe the 16-yard line.
He was dragged down by Jerry Hansen for what would have been a touchdown if not being held back and slowed down by the captain.
Bryce Hurley, the Grand Valley State commit, playing Division II football next year.
Future Laker looking for some action in the GLIAC.
That's a top 5 program over there, too. That's
no doubt.
Great team. Bullock takes the shotgun looking to throw. He's going to throw over the middle. It's caught by Connor Temple, and that's not going to be enough for a first down.
He almost had 2 receivers in line ready to catch it. The receiver behind him getting ready for it, but didn't see Temple coming.
I got to think that if that's not to Temple, that's a first down. If that's to Burnside, he runs past the first down marker.
So it also comes as not only the decision making of the quarterback, but the spacing of the receivers and correct route running, because the spacing of the routes is an incredible detail that must be executed correctly.
So this is going to be a 22-yard field goal attempt here. Dominic Fanone, kick is up, and it's wide right, no good.
And it's ultimately a win for the Anchor Bay defense, holding on, keeping it to 20 points, but when you get the ball back, there is no time. A score must happen for the team in red. You don't got time to mess around anymore. It's go time for the Tars.
This is definitely the most important drive of the game for Anchor Bay.
Bob Schroeder making sure his team is fired up and stays inspired. Meanwhile, the Eisenhower are inspired by those on 4 legs.
Again, Eisenhower fans coming all shapes and sizes. I got to find out where they got that, the dog brace.
Yeah, the vest is sharp.
Handoff up the middle. This is Zanetti. And he'll get stopped at about the 22-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play.
Zanetti doing all he can to be the engine of this offense, taking a lot of the carries and trying to do what he can to keep the legs moving and keep chugging forward. Looking to break one loose down the line.
1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Clock is moving. Little miscommunication there on the snap. Hansen picks it up, and he's going to get taken down. I don't know if Zanetti or Hansen knew that they were going to get the snap, but it's a big loss on the play.
No time for mistakes like this. Causing chaos, unable to scramble away. And we got some extra shoving, some extracurriculars after. Not drawing a flag, but there's no time for that kind of conduct either.
It's like we're going to get a timeout here for the end of the third quarter. After 3, Eisenhower has a 20-0 lead over Anchor Bay.
And Chris, if you think about it from the score, otherwise without the defensive touchdown, the 56-yard fumble return touchdown by Mason Korn, this game is within 2 scores, and that would put Anchor Bay in a much better position with only 1 quarter left, but a mistake like that is very costly. making the mountain even higher for them to climb in this final 12 minutes.
Well, and that's not only that, there's 2 turnovers in this game for Anchor Bay. There was that interception that we saw just a few minutes ago in the third quarter. Anchor Bay was driving. Big interception from number 3, Jimmy McGuire in blue. Definitely to keep Anchor Bay out of this game.
But we'll see how they respond. They'll flip the field here, see if that makes any magic for the Tars. But the time is now, and there is no better time than now as we get a fantastic performance from the trombones.
This is one of my favorite things every week. Dangerous trombones. They're playing the drums upside down.
I always love seeing the creativity of the marching bands. What can they do to be wacky, to draw the eye of the audience?
All it takes is one person standing up when they shouldn't be. A pitch to the outside, that's Jerry Hansen. He's going to get pushed out at about the 17-yard line. Only a gain of 1 or 2 on that play.
And a few extra words exchanged after as well. But going back to the trombone performance, yeah, like you were saying, one person standing up when they shouldn't, and then someone needs braces.
Hansen did not like that extra push out of bounds.
And you got to imagine it's frustrating for Anchor Bay, but the only thing that can make it worse is penalties like that and inappropriate conduct like that. You got to keep it controlled to give yourself the best chance.
Bryce Hurley standing at the Anchor Bay 45, closer to the 50 now. Ready for this punt. He'll punt it low. It'll bounce at the 45, and Hurley's going to pick it up, and that's where he'll go. Anchor Bay 45, that's where Eisenhower takes over. A lot of John right now. A lot of John going down on that field. And I think Coach Smith sees it, and he's trying to get those guys in line.
Yeah, because definitely for both sides, for you as Anchor Bay, as a team that's trying to claw back, that's the one thing that can dig the hole even deeper. But if you're Eisenhower and you're making mistakes like that and you get called on it, that could open the door for the team to come back on you and make some trouble. So neither situation is good, and you got to keep your behavior intact.
Bullock in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. It's an option play. He's got Hurley with him. Pitches it, and he'll just step out of bounds after a gain of maybe 1.
That's good coverage, good responsibility from the Anchor Bay defense, identifying the play and guarding against both options of the quarterback run and the pitch. Just crowding that side of the field.
Clock is stopped. 11:40 to go here in this fourth quarter.
And a lucky audience member just had the raffle ticket called.
Burnside in motion. Bullock takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Rolling out to his right. It passes tipped. Tipped again. Jerry Hansen has his hands on it. I think they're going to say he was out of bounds.
That could have been just what Anchor Bay needed, is a turnover. And you don't want to be in a situation where you're hoping for turnovers for you as a team that's down. But a bobbled pass like that, a great opportunity to start to turn this game around, bobbling it up. And yeah, not staying in bounds there, but great awareness, just going for it. Keeping your hands up.
Another third down here for Eisenhower. Pass over the middle. It's caught. Connor Temple down at the 30-yard line. Another first down.
Rising up high to go and snatch that is the senior Temple. Seen him open in the middle, able to high point it and hold it strong through contact, bouncing off the defender and hitting the ground.
And we've seen that a lot this game. When it's third down and long, go find your number 1 receiver, and that is number 7, Connor Temple. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. This is Mason Korn running up the middle, breaks the tackle, spins through another one. And he's finally brought down at the 18-yard line. A big run from Mason Korn.
And it's just like we were seeing in the second quarter where you mix up the offense enough, you go deep to Temple, and then it opens up room for Korn, who had that fumble recovery touchdown, but has been a monster on offense when he's had the opportunity to run the ball.
This time up the right side, that's Bryce Hurley. He'll get down to the 15-yard line.
Going back to last play with Mason Korn making plays on offense and defense, putting the defense of the Tars in a bind, saying, which one am I going to cover? Meanwhile, the Eagles go marching.
Second down and about 7. Ball at the 15-yard line. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. This is Hurley looking for some room and just does not find any of it. Looked like he had a lane if he moved quicker, but he kind of tried to wait for that play to develop, and it just did not.
Developed on the defensive side with a whole bunch of white and red coming through to meet him at the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 6 now after the 1-yard gain. Low snap for Bullock, but he handles it. He's going to throw this one to the end zone, and he overthrows his intended target, Gabriel Pettypool, but we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, flag on the opposite side of the play. And frustration on the Eisenhower side.
Legal procedure on the offense, and that'll be a declined penalty. That's 4th down.
And that halts what was a promising drive so far for the Eagles. It looks like they'll bring out the field goal unit.
This one is going to be a 31-yard attempt here. Dominic Fanone, kick is up, and this one is good. 32-yard field goal expands the lead 23-0.
Eisenhower going to different options in this game for the kicking duties, and Fanone proving him to his team and his coach, saying, hey, I'm a good option too. Increasing the lead 23-0. Anchor Bay with 9.5 minutes left in dire straits. But meanwhile, the homecoming home crowd is ecstatic.
It is a very happy homecoming here at Swinehart Field. You see Coach Chris Smith there on the sideline. His defense has been playing well all season long.
+2 in a turnover differential, a shutout, checking all the boxes for the defense in this game.
See if we can get some scores around the MAC Red Conference. Dakota leads Sterling Heights Stevenson 7-3 in the second quarter. Both those teams are 3-0. Romeo 0-3 leading Chippewa Valley 14-9.
Two tightly contested contests.
Fanone ready to kick this one away. It is up and into the end zone for a touchback. Booming kickoff from Fanone.
Proving once again that a powerful leg is wielded by Fanone. Maybe in future games we'll be seeing him after extra points.
We got more t-shirts flying into the crowd.
Locking and loading. Everybody wants a hand in that. They're almost a lot of them are honestly looking more to the shirts.
I think that
than
went over our press box.
That might hit the intersection.
It's in the
behind
parking lot.
us. Yeah, but the students are almost paying attention more to the shirts in the game.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line is where Anchor Bay will take over. Handoff. Up the left side to the 25-yard line. That was Hansen.
And so far in this game, most of Anchor Bay's offense has been more short yardage producing. Haven't had a lot of big plays downfield, haven't found a receiver down the sideline at any point in this game, being very limited to runs and short passes.
Clock will continue to roll. It's under 9 minutes to go. Running up the middle. And he'll get to the 31-yard line, which is enough for a first down.
For the past couple of plays, those runs up the gut, enough to get a first down. With offense at this point, you got to start loosening up a little bit, finding some big opportunities. And with 4 receivers here, they're looking to take a shot.
Looks like we're going to change the play from the sideline. Man in motion, that's ball yet. Takes the snap, he's going to hand it off. Running up the left side, that's Hansen.
Making moves in traffic to gain extra yards, leaping over a defender for a 5-yard gain.
Looks like they're going to try to keep this one on the ground as now clock moves under 8 minutes to go.
And it continues to tick, slowing the play call so far as they're still trying to communicate.
Second down and 5 coming up. Blitz from the Eagles, unable to make the tackle on Van Acker. It's a designed quarterback run. That's enough for another first down. Down to the 46-yard line.
And for Anchor Bay, it was a great job identifying where the blitz was coming from and exactly what to do when it does come. You have the extra man coming down into the box. Well, you shake him, and you got open space enough to get the first down for Van Acker. So great vision to see that and to go to the open spot.
First and 10 from the Anchor Bay 46-yard line. Takes the snap, he's going to run it again. Van Acker running up the middle on a designed quarterback run, and he'll get 9, they'll say 10 yards, enough for a first down.
And 2 plays in a row, they're going to what works. The first time the quarterback run was a success, they give it another shot, opening up the lane for Van Acker to run through.
Now into Eisenhower territory at the Ike 44.
Taking an extra shot in the process. Closing in on 6.5 minutes. And the final words in.
Hansen on the Wildcat takes it himself, running up the middle, and he'll get another big chunk of yards. Looks like 4 yards on that carry.
So far, it seems to be working for Anchor Bay with Wildcats, with quarterback designed runs. They found something in the Eisenhower defense on this drive, getting farther into their territory.
Clock still moving. We're under 6 minutes to go. Second down and 6. And we're going to get a whistle. Timeout, Eisenhower. Might be a smart play here for Coach Smith because this defense has kind of been giving up some big chunk runs here.
Definitely, and it's not something that you want to start building bad habits on because you've held a team to nothing all game long, but all of a sudden now you're starting to give up those yards. You don't want to have those habits enter into your defense. You want to stay strong and stay doing what is working. So a timeout here just to reassure the team, I'm sure.
Well, as we said, it is homecoming here at Swinehart for the Eisenhower High School. And it's homecoming for everybody. The football team, the cheerleaders, the band, the homecoming court, every single student here, every single alumni. We're glad that you're here. Thank you very much for joining us on this beautiful Friday night. It was a little humid, as I said, to start.
A little bit.
We're down to about 70 degrees here.
Nothing a cool breeze can't fix, and everybody making fantastic memories tonight. Stories that I still talk about with my friends from high school about, what happened at homecoming. Unfortunately, my prom was cut short, but we still had homecoming my senior year, like me graduating in 2020. So we still share all those stories all the time, and it's just great to see all those traditions continue.
Here we go again, 2nd down and 6. He'll take the snap. That's Hansen running up the left side. Finds a lane down to the 25-20. Still on his feet, 10. And he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Only out of bounds, but never down. Hansen saying, I'm going to do this myself. Gaining much of the yardage for the Tars so far this drive, and angry running. Breaking through arm tackles and just pumping the arms and moving the legs to get into the red zone.
They're going to say he was out at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal from there. Here come the Eisenhower students trying to keep this shutout going. They'll take the snap, hand it off, running up the right side and into the end zone. That's a touchdown.
And who else but Captain Jerry Hansen III to score the first points for Anchor Bay in this game. Coming late, but during this drive, it was a lot of Hansen moving the ball.
The few Anchor Bay students here in the student section, Hawaii night for them. Can't seem to see the Sharks anymore, but
perhaps they just turned the lights off in the suits. But finally giving their home crowd something to cheer for, get points on the board.
They're going to go for 2 here. Looking to throw it. Ben Acker to the end zone, incomplete. That was intended for their tight end, Balliet.
Just a little too far on the throw. He was open, had an opportunity to score, but just overthrown a little bit. Will keep Anchor Bay at 6.
5:34 to go here in this 4th quarter.
Take another look at the touchdown run by Hansen. Fighting through contact, many Eagles pushing him away, but finally his teammate 74 coming in, barreling through to knock him in. 74, Lucas Kane. That one will end the shutout for the Eisenhower defense.
That was 6 quarters of shutout football there from the Eagles. From last week, they went down 7-0, scored 28 unanswered points, all the way through about 6 minutes here in the 4th quarter, just shutout football.
And that's very difficult to do with the competition you're playing against. And even if shutouts aren't the only way to win, it's sure nice to have that in your pocket saying, hey, we got the capacity to be an absolute shutdown defense.
That's right. It's an onside kick. See who's going to get the ball. They're going to say Eisenhower's got it.
Pulling out all the stops to try and get Anchor Bay back in this one. Almost working, too, as the first player to touch it couldn't secure it, leaving it loose, but Eisenhower ultimately able to recover it on special teams. Take another look at it. The live ball after that first touch. And Anchor Bay was smelling blood going for the ball, but the Eagles getting in at the last second.
1st and 10 from the Eisenhower 48-yard line. Bullock takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Hurley, running up the left side, trying to find some room. Stops at the 50 and makes a nice move down to the 45-yard line.
And that one could have been no gain to the line of scrimmage, but a couple of extra moves would be enough to make a gain of about 6 or 7. But we do have a man down for Eisenhower. It's number 2, Keaton Duda.
Definitely something that you do not want to see at the end of a game where you're pretty much got this locked up.
Definitely, and you want to make sure that your players get the reps and they'll have opportunities to highlight themselves, but just unfortunate to see it in unneeded time to go down this way.
That's right. Seems to be stretching out that left leg.
Training staff still taking a look here.
Limp off a little bit, but starts to jog.
Good to see him up under his own power. It's always a good sign. With the red paint coming off on some of the jerseys for Anchor Bay.
Second down and about 3. Bullock takes the snap, hands it off to Hurley, running up the middle. Finds a big hole down to the 30. Still on his feet at the 25 and down at the 24, 23, they'll say the 24-yard line.
There was nobody in the middle of that defense. It was just wide open turf for Hurley to find space. We'll take another look at that. No contact all the way pretty much for 15, almost 20 yards. No contact. Able to just run free. A big play for Eisenhower.
Eisenhower just happy to let this clock roll down. It's under 5 minutes to go now.
No rush to do anything. It's up to Anchor Bay to make Eisenhower rush for the rest of this game here.
Bullock takes the snap, hands it off to Hurley again, trying to find some room on the right side. He's tripped up behind, and ball came out, but he was down after a 2-yard gain.
Number 59, Ben Latona, was in the backfield, had the shoelaces of the runner. But Hurley was still able to be on his feet and at least make a positive gain out of it.
Second down and 8 here. No official play clock. They just have to wait for the umpire to raise his hand. Hand off to Korn. And he's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 3 on that play.
That's about 1 eagle for 5 Tar defenders there. Trying to shake and make some moves here, but sometimes you bring enough defenders and it'll bring anybody down. So he spins off the first tackle, waves off the second, but ultimately everyone comes crashing in. And it was 28.
As we're nearing 3 minutes, this is a third down. So far, 6 for 13, 6 for 13, excuse me. Bullock takes the snap, fakes the run. He's going to throw this towards the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. 26 yards, Keaton Duda off the injury table and in the end zone.
He told the training staff, no, I'm good. Watch this. After a big play up the middle by Hurley to bring them within range, they fake the QB run and just sling it over to number 2 with the neon gloves, all that's needed for another 6 for Eisenhower.
Second passing touchdown for Jack Bullock today. Fanone kicks the extra point, and it is good. With 3 minutes exactly left in this game, Eisenhower decides to take a shot for the end zone and make it. It's 30-6.
That's right, 3 minutes left. 30-6. Eisenhower has us all wrapped up.
Well, there you see the homecoming queen. She had a little costume change at halftime. She's right back on the sidelines for the cheerleading team.
Hey, sometimes you got a job to do, regardless of the festivities. You got to perform.
3 minutes to go in this one. Just want to get out of this game healthy, safe, and with a victory.
And at this point here, Anchor Bay, maybe with the opportunity, some may say, to try anything at this point. With only 3 minutes left, there's only so much you can do to finish out this game. Why not try some things against some good competition? See if certain concepts find themselves to be more productive than others. Learn a little bit about your team in the final 3 minutes here. There's always a good use of time when it comes to these games, even in situations with the scoreboard as it is.
Fanone getting ready to kick this one away. Low line drive kick ends up in the end zone for a touchback. Well, this Eisenhower offense, has come from all sides here. We got a 15-yard pass to Braylon Burnside, a 26-yard pass to Keaton Duda, a 2-yard run from Bryce Hurley, and then, of course, we got the fumble recovery from Mason Korn. So this team can hit you on all sides.
Definitely. It's basically just pick your poison here. If you want to cover this option, then we got many other that are going to be able to score, countering that. So that makes this Eisenhower team very dangerous and worthy of being one of the best teams ranked in the state of Michigan. They're proven to be a big, big factor in this MAC Red division.
And those scoring plays don't even account for Connor Temple just being able to find some room downfield, making some big catches in this game.
Definitely able to hold his composure, hold his position, stay strong through contact, because when you're in the middle that way.
It's like we got a penalty called against Anchor Bay, a personal foul. They don't really go into much detail on personal fouls in high school here, but it's a 15-yard penalty.
You got to make sure your behavior stays strong. You got to keep your composure and be mature about it. Because even in situations like this, like you may think on the sideline, what else can we do at this point? Well, you can keep your composure and at least keep your team from suffering from penalties at the very least.
Anchor Bay's got it 1st and 10. Take the snap, hand it off, keep it himself, running up the left side, and he'll get taken down at about the 18-yard line. That was the quarterback, Nolan Vanacker.
And it seems like the most of the yards that Anchor Bay has been able to get, at least in the second half, has been from either Wildcat or QB draws or quarterback design runs. Haven't been able to get the offense moving in other spots. We see a few big passes to the tight end and Balliet, but other than that, it's been very short yardage, little by little, for the Anchor Bay offense, which has been working for the Eisenhower defense.
He's going to hand this ball off. It's going to be a throw from Hansen. He's got a wide open receiver. That's Michael Orlando running down the sideline, the 40, and he's finally tripped up short of the 30-yard line. See if we can get a number on who caught him, but it was the last person available.
Yeah, and in moments like this in a game, why not try the wild stuff? Finding Orlando wide open and able to sprint as much as he can.
That was Michael Lajaj.
Number 88 for Eisenhower, able to catch up to him, but a big spark for the offense late in the game.
Vanacker keeps it himself down to the 28-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go here. No gain on the play.
That one being the longest throw of the day for Anchor Bay. I was mentioned before, haven't gotten a lot of deep throws downfield. That one being one of the few.
Benacker takes the snap. He's going to try it himself, and it is incomplete. Intended for Jerry Hansen.
Just a little underthrown. He was in the right position, had great separation from the defensive backs, but had to stop on a dime, but was too far too late.
Just short. A little bit of a wobbler there. But like you said, he was open. He was open to catch that.
Yeah, even with 3 Eagles trailing him, if you throw it ahead, then he is open.
Another try on third down for Anchor Bay there. 0 for 8 today.
We'll see if they continue to rip it downfield.
Looks like they were trying to get the play from the sideline. Benacker takes the snap, looking to throw. Still on his feet. He's being chased out of the pocket. He's going to throw this one over the middle. Wide open. Touchdown, Anchor Bay, but we got a flag.
We'll see if the play is called back or if Anchor Bay finding their second touchdown late in the game. We'll see what those in stripes say.
Ineligible downfield on the offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Ineligible downfield. Right there, right in the middle of your screen. Pushes him back 5 yards, negates the touchdown.
And sometimes it's those technicalities. You don't think about all you're doing is just moving downfield, but you got to always be aware of the playbook, where you're allowed to be, because what would have been a touchdown for Anchor Bay, you end up costing your team. So a lot of notes to be taken to do better next time.
They'll get another shot at third down. Benacker takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw this one towards the end zone. And it is, I don't know if that was caught. I think it was. And we got a flag on the play.
That one might have been a defensive pass interference, so they may get that one anyway. But if they choose to decline it, it'll count as a catch. Or they're saying incomplete.
They're going to say incomplete.
Tough contested ball there.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. That penalty is declined. First down.
They were signaling a decline penalty, not an incomplete.
Oh. Well, if that's the case, we'll take a look here. Double covered, still able to search and find the ball and catch the defensive back's arm as well.
Well, that's the first third down conversion for Anchor Bay with 1 minute to go here. First and goal from the 5.
See if they can get themselves on the board here and go out with less of a sour taste in their mouth.
He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw. Still looking downfield. Pass is off the hands of his intended receiver. That was number 46, Braden Hicks. Incomplete.
And he knew he had a chance at it too. Frustration right after. But trying to catch it over your head through the pads in your helmet can sometimes be difficult.
He was open.
Maybe missed timing the jump a little bit too to try and high point it. We'll have one more chance at it. Or another chance at it, rather.
Second down and goal. He's going to throw it on the outside. That's Hansen. And he's going to walk in for another touchdown for the Tars.
A big play getting them downfield, and Anchor Bay is able to cash in late in the game. 48 seconds left on the clock. They bring it to 12. Showing some life on offense. Able to walk out of this one without the shutout.
Jerry Hansen gets his second touchdown of the game there. Looks like they're going to go for 2 again.
We'll see what they dial up here.
He's going to throw it to Hansen again. Same play, but this time to the left side, and Eisenhower is able to stop it for a no-good conversion.
Trying to give Hansen a chance, one of your best players in this game, at least. But 1-on-2 with short yardage, the tough one to make through. And it'll stay at 12 points for Anchor Bay, 30-12. Your score with 48 seconds left.
So next week, Shelby TV will be here for Utica taking on Lance Cruz, the Utica Chieftains. And as we said, Eisenhower going on the road to Stevenson. And as you see, it's already a little bit crowded trying to leave the stadium early.
We wish everyone a safe trip home. Be very careful, go slow, and be patient. Homecoming traffic is no joke.
Wonder if they got any leftover hot dogs at the concession stand. I think we're going to be here for a little bit.
I'll let you know, but they might just be out by the time I get there.
Lining up, probably try another onside kick here.
Their first one was almost successful, bouncing off the first eagle. So we'll see if they can replicate it and get themselves an extra drive, a few more shots downfield.
Nope, they're going to kick this one away. And this is going to stop rolling at the 2. They got to pick it up. And he's just going to fall over. That's Brody Kelsey. And they're going to stay down at about the 5-yard line.
And number 9, down the ball for the Eagles out there, Brody Kelsey.
Once again, we want to thank Esplanditos for their sponsorship of Shelby TV and Eisenhower football. 586-739-1070. Like I said, get your Esplanditos early. 6:30, call it in. They'll be there by. They might be there by kickoff. Make it 6 o'clock just to be safe.
Always got to be safe with it, especially for food like that.
Pizza, tacos.
Listen, that's some good stuff. What else would you want?
I don't know. Now Eisenhower's stuck in very close to their end zone. 44 seconds to go.
A chance to prove themselves in a situation like this.
Bullock takes the snap. He hands it off to Hurley. Running up the right side. Dodges a tackle to the 15, 20, and he'll just slide down in bounds at the 22-yard line for a first down.
They'll keep the clock running.
That should be just about the last play of the game here. I don't think they'll have to snap it. Maybe one more time.
Trying to let the players here get to their homecoming festivities eventually a little quicker here. Smiles on the Eisenhower faces, officials as well. Everyone's having a good time. But a better time had so far by the Eisenhower Eagles.
And that is going to do it. Your final score, Eisenhower 30, Anchor Bay 12, and Giovanni, your final thoughts on this game.
It took a little bit of the first half, but Eisenhower ultimately broke through the door and continued kicking to get to 30-12, holding a very strong defense at 12 points. They've had a great game on both sides.
Well, as the teams meet at the 50-yard line for handshakes, for my broadcast partner, Giovanni Mosheri, thank you very much. Your first game, I can't wait to work with you continuing on for the rest of the season. My name's Chris Wright. Your final score, Eisenhower 30, Anchor Bay 12. We'll be back next week. Thank you.